puts up a tough shot. Bounces around. Goes in at the buzzer. Working it down to 2-1. A deep three. Oh!
It's population.
That's how you win a game.
It's population. We hustle every day to find picks. You can tell us if you want to get rich. It's population. We robbing Underdog and PrizePicks. We the best in this biz. You ain't telling us shit. It's population. We love making money quick, fast. Cooking up a team card. The whole crew about to smash. It's population. We do it for the fam, so everybody let's cash. The dopest team you ever seen. Winning money, stacking G's. Bookies setting traps, but they'll never catch me. Some people get addicted like rats to the cheese, but I got one obligation to bring Johnny to his knees. Holding back the props till the morning he knows. They'll be fishing in the shack, plotting nukes with the bros. Only with crawl, never reload. Underrated them out, amigos. We go with honest, we seeking the bloods. We know when the fucking cheat code. Party that I'm sweating, they can't be good for my health. Some may call it making bets, I call it investing in myself. I'm picking props like stocks, population for the win. Got my sips in by the buzzer now, let the games begin.
Unbelievable. Just happened. He did it.
It's population. It's population. It's population. We do it for the fam, so everybody let's cash.
What's up, man? What's up, bro? It's our last day on this poo-poo channel. How's it going?
What's up? I'm late.
Oh, it's all good. We're here now.
Franz with the night. I like looking at all the people's reactions in the crowd. That was dirty.
Franz in LA, he said, boop. Sorry, guys. I'm Franz. You're LeBron's.
Gogo doesn't even give a shit. Look at Gogo. He just points at him. Yep.
Are you saying Franz over LeBron's?
Oh, man. Speaking of LeBron, what a sweat. Dude, I talked about on stream, and it's like it's never fun going under this dude.
AOD said Lakers suck.
Hey, they were on a 6-game winning streak with D'Lo on the bench, right? But, hey, not bad for a 4-game slate, guys. I didn't feel good about the slate. I didn't get any action. I was busy, man. Yesterday, so I had some stuff from the night before, early value, but wish I did because it was a solid night. Our main core play of the day was RJ Barrett under 5.5 assists. Talked about it on stream yesterday. Because Scotty played.
Such a good play.
Dominated ball handling and playmaking. So
why didn't
I finish what? 3?
I should have nuked that one.
Yep. Only miss was Zach, man, and he passed. My theory was right. I went back and looked, and they just didn't make the shots. So looking back on it, I mean, like I mentioned, he's passing to bums on the Spurs. So, but on schematically on paper, it looked too enticing. But everything else, man, Collins got all his lines, fantasy, field goal attempt. Grant hit his 3, took about 6 or 7, like predicted. Sexton went off. He got that 14.5 alt and his regular 17.5 line. Gobert got his fantasy. And Julius, what did he finish with? 12 free throws made? Crazy. He cleared it in the first half. And then the LeBron under, man. He had 17 RA, like a minute left, and it was so sweaty because I was like, I know the Magic are going to miss, and he's going to get that last rebound to go over. But he got like 3 RA in like span of like 10 seconds at the end of the game. Yeah. Everything else, man, really solid. Dalton finished with 5 RA. He hooked 2, so that was good. Yeah, let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. 8 games today. Cup games. A lot of these games matter big time for these teams because this is getting towards the end of the group play. So, and the way the standings work is not only based on wins, but it's based on how many points you score. So some of these teams, even though they're going to have a big lead, they might leave the starters out there more than normal. even in a blowout. So something to take into consideration, especially the Celtics, because the Celtics lost the game. So if there was a tiebreaker, they would need those points. So they could just stat pad and rack up the points on the Wizards today in a favorable matchup. But yeah, let's start with how many games starting at normal lock at 7 Eastern? There's 2. And there are 2 games I'm really not interested in. So this is easy. Nets at Sixers. Cam Thomas is back. Not on the injury report. Claxton said he's going to play. He's been out for a little bit. I don't know if he's going to go back to his starting role or if he's going to play off the bench and Ben Simmons starts. Just watch out for that news. I'm not sure. Maybe it depends on Embiid's status because Embiid was downgraded to questionable, which is kind of weird, man. It's like you're in a cup game. They need this win. You're not on a back-to-back. Why are you sitting? If you do sit.
I like how you have the pace right beside the team like that. Has that always been like that?
I started doing it this week.
Okay.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, because we don't have to go and check, and it's always good to see a matchup the pace of both teams. And this pace, we got the last place Nets running the slowest pace versus the third slowest in Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised the total is even 217. It should be like 210, 211. Because the total possessions should be like definitely less than 100 possessions. But yeah, I mean, the Sixers, we have no idea on Embiid's status. Maxey played 19 minutes in his first return back. He barely played in the first half, and then they put all his minutes in the second half. Pretty sure. Let's double check. Yeah, see, he didn't play in the second quarter, and they played all his minutes mainly in the second half. Do they do that again? I have no idea. This is a cup game. There's no Paul George. Maybe he just goes back to normal rotation, maybe like 5 to 6 minute stint quarters. It's hard to say project his minutes, man. I can't see him going from first game back 19 minutes all the way up to like mid 30s here. So I have him projected. The range should be anywhere from 26 to 30 minutes here. But if Maxey's still limited and Embiid's out, like it's gonna have to be McCain here, man. He's gonna have to do it. But what are his lines? It's not the best matchup. The Nets have been decent on the perimeter. 20.5. I can't do it. Maybe if you alt him down, man, but I can't do it. Yeah, the Nets are still number 2 in pick and roll defense. About average on spot up shooting defense. The main thing is they're just fouling still at a high clip. Top 2 in fouls, so. But it looks like McCain's not getting most of his points from free throws because he's just shooting from the outside. I feels like a stay away from me, man. You saw that we just went over the pace of this game, and there's a lot of unknowns. And Cam Thomas, his point line is low. He's normally 24.5, 25.5, but he's dealing with a back problem. So that could flare up on him anytime, and he could just check himself out early in the game or just have reduced minutes. So that's too volatile. Yeah, this game is full of volatility, man. We don't know Maxey's minutes. We don't know Embiid's status. We don't know if Claxton's starting or coming off the bench. Because that'll matter. If Embiid does play and you have Ben Simmons starting, like Ben's going to foul out in the first half. So maybe you could consider Ben Simmons unders here, if that's the case. But it is a revenge game. And he's back in Philly. But I think he folds like a rusty lawn chair when he goes back there. We can double check. At Philly last time, he played 14 minutes, 0 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. That's a lot in 14 minutes. So he was motivated, but he was just too scared to shoot. He took 0 field goal attempts in that 14 minutes. I don't know, man. The points will be sweaty at 5.5. But I just think he fouls out. So maybe if you want, I would say if Embiid starts and Simmons starts, I would consider the PRA under for good old Ben. And then I doubt PrizePicks gave us free throws for Embiid here in this matchup because the Nets just foul like crazy. Or do we not even have Embiid props because he's questionable? No, we have him. We just don't have his free throws. Of course. Check Underdog. See if his free throw prop is there. I'll write that down. I'm gonna put Ben Simmons points or PRA under. If
No free throws for Embiid.
I'm not surprised, dude. But I'll just put it. I'll just leave it on here. Maybe it pops up later when he's confirmed in. You never know. Okay, that's it, man. That's all I got. Ben Simmons under would be fun though. If he starts and Embiid starts. Okay. Anything else for this, guys? If not, we'll move along. There's some high totals today, man. It's crazy totals. The highest we've had this season so far in some of these games. So this is one of them, 238.5 total. Celtics travel to Washington and play at the Wizards, and Celtics are 15.5 point favorites. This is like the third time they've been that big of a favor. I think they were 15.5 against the Wizards, 14.5 against the Hawks, and now 15.5 again against the Wizards. So we just saw this matchup. Let's start with the visiting team, Celtics. Tatum had only played 29 minutes because it was a blowout, won by 20 at 25 points. Jaylen Brown hit 27 points, 8 rebounds, 14 rebound chances, 3 assists on 6 potential assists. He played a little bit more than Tatum here, 30 minutes. Derek White did his usual, 18, 19 points here. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, about average for him. Good old Peyton. He got his point line. Played 28 minutes. Does that mean, did Drew play less? Yeah, Drew only played 23. But being a cup game, I doubt Drew plays that little minutes here. I think he probably went to the bench first in the blowout. But yeah, like I said, Celtics need to run up the score here. I mean, maybe first half, if you're just worried about complete blowout. I will say, the Wizards just been getting destroyed by every team. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to just choose between Tatum and Jaylen Brown, which I hate doing. I'd say maybe first quarter, but like Jaylen Brown's still playing only like 8 minutes in the first quarter. Tatum still playing the entire first quarter. That's why his line's at 9.5 first quarter. Yeah. Just got to choose. I mean, if you want to go based on recent matchup, Jaylen had the best output in this matchup. Let's see what he did first half, and then I'm good on this game, man. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm staying away from Celtics, even though we love to attack the Wizards, but he had 22 fantasy, and I think his line is 19.5. He had 11 points, three rebounds, 1 assist. So he fell short of his first half points, fell short of his first half PRA, but he got his fantasy because he had 2 steals. But look at all his other recent games. He has not gotten a stock in the first half in his last 6 games. So the stock potential, he's only gotten at least 1 stock in only 3 games so far this season in the first half. So, and he's not going over that 12 points often, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his 11, and then he didn't even go over in that recent matchup or that matchup this season against the Wizards. So I'm good, man. They could all these guys, all 3 of them could have another solid game, but it's going to be right on the line between JB, White, and Tatum. But if you guys got something, let me know. Wizards, Poole went off in that first half. I think, what do you have, 17 points in the first half against the Celtics? And then he had so many steals. He had 28 fantasy, 20 points. Yeah, he was super motivated in that game. But look at me, he's up and down, man. He has some games where he scores 7, 8, or 6 points in the first half. He has been consistent on the stocks though, but he's just not getting RA. He's just shooting a lot, man. So his lines are pretty low. I think his fantasy is really low, but I think that's because they're accounting for blowout here. Yeah, his first half fantasy is normally 17.5. They got it down to 14.5 today, and his points are usually 10.5 in the first half. So you want to take a shot on the first half points or fantasy? Makes sense, man. Maybe the points. He's cleared than every game except 3 games so far. He's cleared in 10 of his 13 games. But when the Celtics want to clamp down on defense, they can. We saw what happened to Darius Garland, right? Dude shot horrible in the first half. At one point, I think he was 1 of 11. So, but it might have just been an off night for him, and he's dealing with some injury. Yeah, that's it, man. I will say that they have Poole's fantasy at 29.5, but if he plays 32 minutes, which is a little bit on the low side, I have him projected for 37 fantasy. So that's the biggest discrepancy I have on the board so far. It's almost an 8-point fantasy difference between my projection and their fantasy line, but if it's a blowout, he's probably going to play realistically. Anywhere from 27 to 31 minutes, which can really affect. I'm gonna put him down at 30, kind of in between there. Still a five fantasy buffer there. And if we put him, I would say the floor is probably 27 minutes. If it's a massive blowout, and then that would make it a 2 fantasy buffer. But I think realistically, it's gonna be probably between 29 and 31 minutes. And then Kuzma's still playing low minutes. I have no idea when he's going to ramp back up. He's still playing around 28 minutes. So I got him since it's a cup game. I bumped him up a little bit to 30. And we don't have Bilal Koulibaly's fantasy line, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Don't want to spend too much time on this. It is a high total. You're just gonna have to guess the right Celtics guy, and then you're gonna decide is Kuzma gonna have a fake Kuzma game where he shows up? Sometimes he does, or is Poole just gonna get there on pure volume and shooting? Yep. All right, Warriors at Pelicans. Warriors 9.5-point favorite. This is a very average total for this slate at 222.5. Starts 30 minutes after the first two games at 7:30 Eastern. Warriors are fully healthy, minus Melton being gone for the season. So we're gonna see a deep 10 to 11 man rotation here by Steve Kerr. It's gonna dilute all the minutes for these guys. So I'm probably just gonna stay away from the Warriors here. Due to that reason, also the potential blowout. The Pelicans they've been awful, but they're getting some guys back today. They get Trey Murphy back. Jordan Hawkins is finally returning, but probably plays up the bench because he hasn't played in a while. And Ingram's back today. He sat out last one or two games, so maybe having all those guys and being at home in a cup game, they can keep it close longer than what they have been in all their recent games, but I wouldn't count on it. Warriors still like top 5 defense. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of my favorite unders today was Brandon Ingram at 24.5 points. They are just nerfing the shit out of this line for him, man. So it was 24.5 about an hour ago. Now it's all the way down to 21.5 on FanDuel. Other sites 22.5. That's huge. His PRA was 36.5. What is it now? 33.5? Wow. That sucks. Got it in earlier on Fliff, and I didn't think it was going to move like that. But, yeah. Just having Trey Murphy and Jordan Hawkins back, I think, obviously going to eat to his shot volume, and then just a potential blowout here, and then the Warriors' defense as well. They're still top 3 in pick and roll, ball handling defense. They're number 2 in transition. They dropped 14. So they played twice already. Dropped 14 on them and then 30. But Trey Murphy was out for that game. He dropped 30. He went 3 of 6 from 3. That's really fake for him. He's usually only making 1 or 2. All right, well, cancel that. That's crazy. I can't pay that price now. It's like a 3-point difference and a 3 PRA difference now. That's super nerfed, man. That sucks. We'll have to find a new under then. Yep.
Too bad. That's too bad. That was a nice one, huh? They knew.
It was nice. Yep.
So Kev says Dre PA, but you're passing on the Warriors, he said.
I am. I will say, like, Dre, like, if you think it can stay close long enough, he has been picking up the playmaking. If you look at his assists lately, but he's got to play at least minimum 28, 29 minutes. They cleared the assists in both meetings against the Pelicans. Pelicans are bleeding assists too. What are they? They're at bottom 5, allowing the 5th most assists overall as a team. They're second to last in defensive rating, second to last in points allowed in the paint. It's just the pace, man. The pace is ugly. They're 28th. Massive pace down spot for the Warriors, who are running top 5. Yeah, but with all that said, if Dre is aggressive in attacking the basket and not just shooting threes, It's an easy scoring spot because Pelicans are allowing the second most points in the paint. PA is at 14.5. So he didn't get it in the first meeting, got in the second one, but he got the assist in both meetings. I would say maybe the assist. I mean, there's juice though. You gotta pay. Like, FanDuel is probably FanDuel and Bet365 the best value at -135. Trace Jackson has been playmaking too, right? From what I've watched. Yeah, he has been. Wow, he had 5 assists against the Pelicans in 17 minutes. 2 in the next game. He's at least getting 2. 1.5 -130. -120 on Bet365. With him, and it's just like the minutes. He just doesn't play enough minutes sometimes. Range from anywhere from 15 to 20. Yep. I would say, yeah, it's a good playmaking spot for Jerry. His scoring, I don't know, man. Underrated. Watched him break all his threes and let him down.
Yeah, man.
So I rarely play Jerry for his scoring, but yeah, it's a good spot for him if he's, like I said, attacking the basket here. And all the other guys, man, it's just all the minutes are just gonna get diluted here, especially if it blows out. So I don't know. I think Pelicans can hang if the Warriors 3. It just depends if the Warriors 3s are falling or not. Like between Hield, Steph, and Wiggins when he takes his 3s, and Lindy when he's out there. So if they're not hitting the 3s at a high clip, I think he can stay close till the 4th. But I'm just gonna stay away. This is the game. This is the game, guys. Next game, starting at the same different time.
This is the game.
So the Warriors game is an island game.
Kev
This
says
is nice. So like,
Kev says clit first half PRA when you get to it as well.
yep, I have it on the list
There
already.
you
go. This is the highest total we've had all season, guys. 246.5 it's gotten up to. Opened at 244. I think the market's just driving it up, and yeah, the total by far the highest. First time we cracked 240 this season, and not only did we crack it, we went on the high side. I think last season, man, it was a Hawks game that was the highest total when people talked about it, like just taking the under. I think it got up to like 247 or 248 at one point. It was the highest on the season, so we're near that with this game, and of course the Hawks are involved. Let's start on the Hawks side. I mean, what's nice is it's a 1.5 point spread. We already saw this matchup too. It's a cup game, so more minutes for the starters as well. The Hawks still have a fighting chance to move out of the group and advance in the tournament. So they're going to be playing hard. Bulls going to be playing spoiler at home. Hawks need to run up the score as well, because there's a high chance they have a tiebreaker with someone. But yeah, you have the number 1 pace team in the Bulls and the number 2 pace Hawks. So the top 2 in pace. 2 bad defenses, minus Dyson Daniels for the Hawks on the perimeter. Yeah, it's just setting up for points galore, man. And rebounds and assists, just due to the pace and increase in possessions and shot volume. Clint, great spot. He was a core play in this same matchup last time. We took his first half 5.5 points on PrizePicks, which was crazy. He scored 10 points in the first quarter. Let me just bring this up. I want to show this. It was so easy for him, man. There was no resistance, and that's just been the Bulls this season, man. There's no rim protection whatsoever. It was a season high in points overall, 20 points for Clint in just 25 minutes. I'll just show. I mean, he's just like, look. I mean, there's no. Every time someone drives, Vooch switches onto the driver ball handler and just leaves Clint wide open for putbacks. See, just like there. And Patrick Williams had to play the 5 a lot too and help out Vooch, and Patrick Williams is out, so it's even better for Clinton today in this matchup. See, Patrick Williams was on him right there. Easy hook, little sky hook floater over him. You see Patrick has playing help defense with Vooch on him. Vooch is just a traffic cone, man. Dude just stands there straight up in the air. He just wants to play offense. Look at that. Vooch, what are you doing, man? You're leaving your guy. It's just, he leaves him easy. I expect the same today, man. Why change it up? Why not do what works if you're the Hawks? Yeah. Love Clit today. Love Jalen Johnson. They as well for scoring and rebounding. Bulls give up like the most points and rebounds, power forward, top 3. And then Trey. If there was a smash assist spot, like it's one of our rules this season, going early on this season, take assist props versus the Bulls. They allow the most assists as a team. They allow the most assists to point guards. That's why we took Dame's 6.5 assists last game, Bulls game, and he had 10. He cleared the line in the first half. And another benefit of this is that Trey is dealing with the Achilles tendonitis, right? And he's talked about it. I listened to the press conference, and it's why he's not scoring as much. If you look at his points recently, I mean, look at this. This is so low for Trey. 14, 18, 29, 7 points, 12 points in his last 2. And this is when he came back from his from sitting out with the Achilles, right? It was against the Kings. Yeah, he sat. Man, I don't know. Oh no, it was the Wizards. Yeah. I think he just wants to pass now because I think his drive to the basket is way down, the rate at which he's driving, and just shooting overall. He's not driving, trying to score. So he's just looking to set up others, which is beautiful for the assist prop. He had, in that matchup this season, he had 16 assists on 23 potentials. Look at this game against the Kings. He had 33 potentials, 24 potentials. Game after that against the Warriors, only played 30 minutes though, so that could have pushed near 30 potentials if he played his normal 36 minutes. Yeah, he's just looking to pass right now, man. Now, can that change today? Sure, but I would say low chances of that due to his Achilles injury and what he's dealing with and the matchup and how well it worked in the recent meeting. So last night we got amazing value on Fliff. We got it at they had him at 10.5 his regular line, minus 150. And then we got the alt line at 9.5 and minus I believe 235 or something like that. Since then, it's just got juiced to the moon here. They bumped it to 11, his regular line to 11.5. Then they bumped it again to 12.5, and then they bumped the 9.5 to minus 600 or something like that now. So yeah, we posted it. Me and Unrated posted on Discord. Tagged everyone, said get on this because we knew this was going to move. Fliff really messed. They dropped the ball on his lines when they first drop it, and Fliff. I noticed they do that at times with certain lines when they first post them or drop them the night before. They tend to have a higher chance of messing them up. More so when they add bench players and new players later in the day before lock. So keep that in mind, but. I'm probably good on him now. But if you want, I think you could still go with his 9.5 assists. Or if you want to take the 12.5, but I can't imagine betting on a 12.5 assist line, man. I mean, even though he probably finishes with 14 or 15, I've never done that and I probably won't.
Pass.
I mean, that's probably the highest assist line I've seen, to be honest. But this game is great for stacking a single game parlay on sites like Fliff or whatever book you're in. There's so many good options, right? With just the pace, bad defenses. Sorry, it's not -600, it's -440 now. So that's not too bad for doing a single game parlay. So if we just do that, and then I like Klitz scoring upside here. It's not -225 for 9.5 is not bad at all, man. And then
Sorry, are you saying clit?
it's our group name form. And then Jalen, I like the PR alt on this, or you do the just straight up points. But he only had 6 rebounds in this matchup, but that was kind of unusual for him, and this is just a great spot overall for his rebounding and scoring here. I like the 24.5 -245. It's not bad. Because if you look at that, he has cleared that quite a bit this season. He had 26 PR. Yeah. 11 out of 15 games. And the games that he missed were early on in the season. Tough matchups against OKC and the Kings for rebounds and points there. And he wasn't playing. He only played 29 minutes because they got blown out against OKC. And then the Kings, they're a good rebounding team. So, but since then he's cleared that 24.5 easily. But the regular line at 28.5, yeah, it's right there. It's right there because he has 3 games at 29. But this would be the game to lean more on the overside, right? I think his fantasy is live too. I think it's at 40.5 on Underdog and 41.5 on PrizePicks. So a little better value on Underdog. If you want to go with Underdog. But right now I'm just gonna do his PR alt. But yeah, you can all go with his points too. I would say his points are still pretty low. We've seen him get up to 20.5, but that was with Trae Young out. And you got to remember DeAndre Hunter's back too. Who's going to eat into shot volume as well as Bogdan. So that's kind of why I lean towards the PR, because we can have another out to get to that line, another avenue, just in case Bogdan or Hunter just dominate the shots here. So yeah, I like that. And then Kobe White, great 3-point shooting spot for him here. So for a single game parlay, you can definitely take advantage of the alts here. And I'm going to alt him to 1.5 and -830. Or no, nice. It went down to -800. So great spot. He cleared that in the last meeting. And Dyson Daniels, I imagine, is going to be on Levine. It's going to open things up for Kobe here. If we look at his threes at 1.5, it's about an 81% hit rate for him on the season. 13 of the 16 games. Only games he didn't clear OKC, no surprise. Mavs, he only played 29 minutes because it was a massive blowout. And then the Pelicans was the opening day of the season for him. But yeah, he had went 2 of 9 in the last meeting against the Hawks. Feel pretty good about that one. And then another one I had was Io. So Io's going to have to play big minutes here with Patrick Williams out. They went with Torrey Craig last game because they needed the size for Giannis. But here I think Io is a better fit in this matchup. Help out on Trae and the guards and Bogdan and others. So I think picks up big minutes here. I'm on the fence if I want to take his assist. Or it was 3.5, so they bumped it. Never mind. Okay, that makes it easy. His assists were 3.5. Some juice on the over, but Fliff bumped it. It's still 3.5 on FanDuel. It's a good assist spot for him here. He had 4 in just 31 minutes. I think he plays more than 31 today. In a close game, cup game, I think he probably plays 35. But yeah, so can't do it on Fliff. Maybe you just alt it on Fliff if you want it at 2.5. Or you could take his points or PA too. He played really well in this last meeting with Patrick Williams playing. He scored 19 points in 31 minutes. So just wanted to point him out. It's Io. It's hard to trust, but I like him in this matchup. And that's about it. I mean, you could Kongwu. I would alt him to 7.5. Feel good about it. He had 8 against them, 22 minutes. His minutes are just. They were playing him more minutes in the beginning of the season, but now they're truly just splitting the minutes between him and Clint. So there you go. That's my breakdown of the game. I definitely recommend doing a single game parlay if you're in the books, instead of just spreading it out across multiple games. This is a great one to single game stack. Vooch, yeah, he had his normal 18-point average here, but man, he's a great filler. If you want to alt him down to 11.5, it's like almost a 100% hit rate. 93.8, and the odds weren't like too terrible, because when you do the single game stacks parlays on Fliff, you can. Oh, it's gone. Okay, it was like low -1,000 now, but yeah, when you add even just like -1,000, it can really dramatically change the payout and odds on the single game parlays on Fliff. So yeah, it's a good one to stack, guys. Should be a fun one.
Big Two's here.
What up, Big Two?
Base of Wolf is here. J. Cole's here. Ren is here.
Got the whole.
Kev's here. Mm-hmm.
What up?
Big Two says Embiid under, Halabozo under.
Oh, we'll get to that game next, man.
And when you do get to that game, Kev says Giannis versus Indy rivalry today. What do you think about his props?
I know, right?
He hates him because they kept his 60-point game. Game ball. Yeah.
And he just cooks them every time he plays them. They played so much last year against each other. Because they had the cup games, they had the regular season games. Look at this. Yeah, the 60-point game. So, what I noticed about Giannis, I went back and like looked at some of the video box score, like what's going on. Like some games he's like dominating shot volume and scoring. In other games he's like, "All right, I'm just gonna pass it off," and his shot volume goes down. And the only thing I noticed, what it is that whether teams double cover him and trap him, or if they just run ISO defense on him, man to man. And when they do that, he just eats, and he looks for not pass. I think that's what happened in these two games. From when I went back and looked, see, yeah, look at these two games. So the first 3 meetings last season, they ran ISO on him. I went back and looked at all his shot attempts. He did not pass, and all he did was score. Right? 54, 37, 64. Then the next 2 games, they're like, nah. After he dropped that 60 on him, Pacers were like, no. And so they trapped him, and they ran double coverage every time he touched the ball. And so his assists went skyrocketed. He had 11 and 8. But then his shot volume went down, and his points went down. So I don't know. What does Carlisle do? I'll tell you this. Carlisle was pissed, bro, after that last Pacers game. He said, we're going to be nothing better than a mediocre team. We're not going to compete with any good team out there if we keep playing like this. He was mad at Halliburton. There's rumors that Halliburton's dealing with some injury. Who knows if that's true? I don't know, man. The team's a mess, dude. But it sounds like, I mean, Carlisle went off. And it was like it was like viral in the Pacers community. So I think that maybe lights a fire under the team, maybe, and him to really coach this game up. And this is kind of like a little rivalry now between not only Giannis, but just the Bucks and Pacers in general. We saw this matchup so much last season. So you're going to have to play the guessing game here on what Carlisle decides to do with Giannis, if you want Giannis. If he decides to do what he did in the last 2 meetings and double cover him and trap him, then you want to go Giannis assists. But if you think Carlisle says screw it, you're going to have to beat us Giannis and just run ISO single man coverage on him, then you're going to want his points. I have no idea, man. I can't call it. So I looked in that in depth and to try to make a decision, because I figured Giannis would be a popular talking point today. But yeah, I can't call it, guys. You have to go with your instinct on that one. if you want to go off a recent trend, it looks like it worked, right? Like the Pacers won the last 2 games that they trapped Giannis, and Giannis had a very low output for him scoring wise. So maybe they just let the other guys on the Bucks beat us. Let AJ Green, Dame, Burlow, Bobby when he's in, let them beat us, but it's not going to be Giannis. But yeah, Halliburton, he's on the road, right? This is in Milwaukee. We know the home road, but man, Carlisle ripped him apart, dude. Especially in the post conference, but yeah, look how much they played, man. They played so much. They played in the playoffs too. They played in the cup game. They played the 4 regular season games. Halliburton destroyed them in the regular season last year, dude. Like torched them, and some in the playoffs too. It's a perfect matchup for him because guards just the pick and roll defense. Bucks are bottom 2, man, against point guards, man. Big 2, stick with the process and go with it, man. If it's first half still 9.5, but just know about history's there, man, and maybe he's motivated after his coach just destroyed him in public. Yeah, I think the smart thing might probably do is just take the under points in one slip and then over fantasy in the other. Hedge yourself there. He could get the fantasy without the points too, or if he goes off scoring, he's definitely getting that fantasy in this matchup. So, what do you guys think? You guys want to mess with him today, or you want to leave him alone, underrated?
I think he might be a candidate.
A candidate for what?
For playing.
The under?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just gotta hope AJ Green holds him down, man. But yeah, see, I mean, even when he barely scores like 4 and 6 points, he's still getting close to that fantasy, right? Like 17, 13 with minimal scoring, 0 points and 11 fantasy. It's just those assists he racks up, and then if he gets some stocks here, like he did against Toronto, he can definitely get there.
Under points over fantasy, double it up.
Yeah, I would say if you're making multiple slips, I would do it like that strategy, just in case he burns us on the under because he comes out motivated and it's a good matchup. But maybe he really is dealing with injury, or maybe it's just too much snowballs for him, right? I don't know. He's got to stop playing in the snow so much. Home road split.
I think he's just bunk. Very true.
He is bunk. He is very bunk. And then, gosh, man. Let's look at the home road splits. He's gone over his points 2 of his 9 games this season. He's averaging 11 points at home, or on the road, and at home he's averaging 20 points. But that's because he had a spike game against the Knicks, and that's really driving his average up. So really, I mean, he's still 2 of 6 at home too on his points. So, I mean, but he is shooting worse. If you look at the splits on the 3-point shooting, it's massive. He's like at 19.8% from 3 on the road, and like mid 30% from 3 at home. So that's where the massive split is, and that's where a lot of his points are coming from, is 3-point shooting. So there is massive home road split on that. Yeah, I would say it's a mid tier for me, man. Just because of the matchup, the history, the rivalry, being a cup game, I just don't want this dude to wake up. I mean, we saw what he did against the Knicks, right? I kind of had that gut feeling. I was like, dude, this dude just played 26 minutes and had 0 points against the Knicks. 0 points in 26 minutes. I was like, he's gonna come out and have something to prove, a point to prove, and that's what he did. And they talked about it. The commentators talked about it in the game too. Apparently, he was like really motivated, obviously, for that game. He came out shooting nonstop, hitting his threes. It was at home though, but yeah, he dropped season high 35 after dropping 0 versus them. Does he come back after a poor performance and getting ripped apart by his coach and only scoring 4 points and show up? You never know, man. Seems like that kind of guy. Maybe it's just a motivation thing with him, man. I mean, like after that 0-point game against the Knicks, he showed up and dropped 22 against the Sixers. So that's all I got, man. Be honest with the Giannis, I'm gonna stay away from this game personally. I think it could be a shoot. I think it could be a really competitive game, good game. We've seen it. We've seen this matchup so much. These teams know each other so well. But let me know if you guys got something. I need to fix this. Miles Turner is back. I think Jarris Walker is still questionable. Yeah, I'll fix that later. A good spot for Matherin too, right? So if we just check his history, he was playing less minutes last season. Yeah, so he was only some of these games he was only playing like mid 20 minutes off the bench, but now he's like a full go starter. And he was still very efficient off the bench. 25 minutes, 16 points. 25 minutes, 14 points. He only had like this one clunker where he's 24 minutes, 9 points, but his lines are high, man.
Kev said Clit first half PRA bumped to 11. You still like it?
Oh, I forgot to go back to that. What's the fantasy at? Thank you for reminding me. I would go with the fantasy now that the PRA is 11. Because, I mean, he gets one stock and you're golden. In terms of, like, relative to the PRA. But it's just, I'm going to see. I'm pretty sure he got a stock in that first half, right? He did not, but he got one assist, so that's 1.5. And then each rebound's 1.2, so that adds up. But just the stock potential. Because he has it. He's really good at stealing too, and Vooch will turn it over. So I would say points and then fantasy. The 5.5 felt really good, but I mean I think the 6 has really good push potential. Do we have a first quarter form? That's one thing I forgot to check. Is it 3.5 or 4.5? 3.5. I don't mind it, but he's only going to play about half the quarter, so we got to hope someone doesn't go stupid in that first 6 minutes in the black hole. Yeah, Matherin, great spot for him. I think he has probably the best matchup. So Siakam's going to be spinning his way around Giannis nonstop and have his hands full trying to help guard him. So if you want access to this game, yeah, man, I would say Matherin. Is he still rebounding at a high clip? Not bad. What's his PR? Wait, what? His points are 18.5 and his rebounds are 5.5, but his PR is 25.5? You're getting taxed big time, man. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Some books are just juicing it. It should be 24.5. Yeah. 24.5. Oh, Rockets a tough matchup for sure. Say points of PR if you want to play him, but I don't know. I'm staying away. Is that game on ESPN? No, it's the Warriors game and the Mavs Nuggets with possibly no Jokic. Then Matherin. Points. 24.5 PR if you can find it. All right, moving on. Blazers at Rockets. 12.5 point spread. Rockets are playing really well lately. I think it's just because now they're getting fully healthy. Easton back playing full minutes, and
your fave.
Yeah, my fave. The guy is just so productive when he's out there. A fantasy monster. Gets so many steals.
When will he ever get full time, bro?
I don't know. I don't
Wrong
know.
team or what?
I think just whenever Jabari goes away, like he should, in my opinion, he should start over Jabari. But I guess Udoka just likes the size of Jabari, and he's a stretch big, and those are hard to come by. Fine, so I don't know. Jabari's bunk in my opinion, but that's just me, man. I don't know. Rockets, heavy favorites here. Average total 225. Blazers potentially without Grant. They probably get blown out, dude. I mean, I think you take the Rockets to cover the spread. I'm sorry, underrated, but if Simons and Grant are out, and Ayton, I know Sharp can get it done, but he can't just do it by himself. So,
Yeah, that Grant midday questionable is not good.
it's not good at all. I'm sure that the spread has gone up even more.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
12
no,
and a half.
this after news I entered this. Yep, I think it was 9.5 last night, and then after the news, it's gone up to 12.5 since then. So it's still gonna be an ugly game, guys. I mean, it is two top 10 in pace teams. Rockets defense is really ramped up though lately. They're shutting guys down. I mean, look at Hallie, 4 points. Even Matherin had a bad game, right? Matherin, for his tenure, he had like 9 points or something like that. He had 8 points. Like their perimeter is really holding it down. The villain's doing his usual thing. Fred seems rejuvenated at his age. He's kind of started the season slow. Maybe he's just like needed his conditioning ramped up. They look like the Rockets that we're used to seeing like mid last season in terms of defense and Udoka's defense. So I'll just stay away from the Blazers here. I will say like Sengun is going to have a little bit of a tough matchup here. Especially maybe the Blazers they lean more towards Robert Williams here than the rookie, because what they've been doing is just kind of splitting the minutes, but sometimes one of them between Donovan and Time Lord will play more minutes. I think we just need to see more games to see what the trend is, but I would imagine just based on matchup or just performance based. But I think Time Lord, they would need more here because he's just being a veteran and knowing the defensive switches and how to handle Sengun on pick and roll switching. I think probably Time Lord would pick up a little bit more minutes as long as no weird foul trouble habits between him and Donovan. And it's gonna be a tough matchup for Sengun because we know Time Lord, man. He's athletic, he's fast, he can definitely cover the pick and roll, good shot blocker. And Sengun's line's high, man, at 20.5. Is it still 20.5? Oh, wow, got nerfed. Wow. Yeah, it was 20.5 last night when it dropped. And I was going to note it down. Maybe it's getting nerfed because of the Jeremy Grant news and then, like, the spread going up. That's one thing I can think of. Well, never mind. I thought the 20.5 was great value because, I mean, on the season, he's averaging 18, right? And you have the potential to blow out. Tough matchup against two good shot blockers. Even the rookie, Donovan's a good shot blocker. And most of the time, Sengun, yeah, he's got to score near the basket. I mean, 32% in the paint, 50% near the rim. He can hit a three every now and then, but yeah, I think now that's down to his 18.5 is his normal line. Probably just stay away. I mean, I'll say Hartenstein cooked the Blazers front court first game back. He had 13 points, and that's really high for Hartenstein. So yeah. Hey, what's up?
Are you on a call or anything?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you good? All right. Anything from this one, guys? I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's wait on the Grant news, I guess. I got really nothing on this, man.
Yeah, it's hard without. He's probably not going to play though.
Yeah. I will say, just monitor Kamara's rebounding minutes. This guy's been a rebound hog. It's just, the Rockets are a terrible rebound spot. But just going forward, just something to monitor, man. He's really he can pick it up in the right spots. OKC was a great one for him. His line's always 5.5. So, all right, if you guys got nothing else. Okay. Sharp, 19.5 points. Oh, it's Ladbrokes, our favorite. I assume most books are holding out as props until the Grant news. But it's like I said, it's a tough matchup for him. But he could just get there based on volume. I mean, he got there against the best defense in OKC, so I mean, he took only 16 shots too in 30 minutes. Went to the free throw line quite a bit. That's why. Yeah. Let's see what his lines are, because it looks like they're not in any other books. Mavs at Nuggets. Let's talk about this one. Now I know big two if you're still out there. I know traditionally we go under Kyrie, but I think this is a day where I got to go over, man. And I just think he's gonna have to play huge minutes. It's only a 2.5 point spread. It's a cup game. It's a must win for the Mavs in the cup game tournament. So I think he could play anywhere from 39 to 40 minutes here. And Denver's defense, nothing to fear. He opened at 25.5 points, but then he went up to 26.5, which kind of sucks. I liked it 25.5. He dropped 43 on him 2 weeks ago, and that was with Luka playing. If you look at last season without Luka, he had some monster games. 36, 42, 33, 44 points. Only 26 against the Warriors. And then they got blown out by they blew out the Blazers, so he only played 29 minutes and still at 24. What do you guys think? I'm leaning because his playmaking goes up, right? You see last year, I mean, he had some games where he's like 19, 20 potential assists. I'm thinking either the straight up points if you're only playing in the books, thinking the points. You can even alt it down to 24.5. It's not bad value. And I think Underdog has a 24.5 point alt line. It's like 0.92x. Just because there's a lot of games where he's like just right there and finishes like with 25. So yeah.
What about PA?
PA is definitely a thing to consider, but I've been thinking about PA a lot lately.
No more PAs.
Every time I'm debating, like, okay, I got a guy who's a primary ball handler and he can pass but score too. Like, what? Let me see. Like, do I want to throw in the assists? It's like, it's really negatively correlated. I know Luka can get it done, but that's just because when he dominates the ball handling so much, which Kyrie will today, but it's negative correlation because like as the assist potentials go up, the shot volume goes down, right? So,
right.
I think it's like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, taking it, or you're just hoping that like one has a massive spike than normal, and the other one just kind of does its average, like stat line. So I don't know, like PR. That a lot of times that can be positive correlated. Like if you take a center who mainly scores on putbacks, offensive rebound putbacks, like that's positive correlation, right? Like as the offensive rebounds go up, the scoring's going to go up for that guy as well. But
Yeah, you might be onto something.
PA, yeah, it's just I don't know, man. Like if I think a player's going to do well and score, I'm just going to take his points, obviously. But
You see, FanDuel has minus 150 for 24.5. It's pretty crazy. Underdog has minus 186. That's not too bad.
minus 150 is good.
Mm-hmm. That's really good for two less points.
Yep. And that's that's around his normal line with Luka playing, right? It's like 23.5 to 24.5 it ranges.
Mm-hmm. I'm
So,
gonna check Fliff right now and see. Let's see if Fliff
Yeah.
gives us a Trey type of value. Probably not, but let's look.
he's gonna play. Look, some of these games last year, 40 minutes, 41, 38 minutes with Luka out.
Yeah. 26
He's
and a
gonna play
half.
Huge minutes.
Oh, they don't have alt to 24. They have 19 and a half at some crazy number.
Yeah,
625. Too bad they don't have Fliff on that Props Madness. That'd be nice.
I know.
They showed you everything and the alts, and that would be so sick.
Maybe we can email him and ask him
Mm-hmm.
or contact.
Actually, I will, because
For
they're kind of a little company. They might listen.
Yeah, they're probably more responsive then.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Yeah, I think
Now, they don't have the
I
alt
think-
lines, right? Like, just normally. They don't have the alt for, like, FanDuel and stuff on there. They just have...
Oh no, you're right. They don't. No.
If you pull that down, it doesn't change the odds over there. Like, if you pull... You know how you... Yeah, that. It doesn't change the... That would be sick, too. Maybe I should tell them both.
Yeah. Yep. I like it.
Like, how sick would it be to find his best 24.5 without having to look at all the sites?
I know.
Outlier
I
has
mean, it's
that.
obviously it's a lot more work for them, but
Well,
I mean,
Outlier has it. If I do 24.5, it shows me. FanDuel 150, Underdog 186, DraftKings 210, Caesars
has it?
225.
Outlier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, tell them that.
I will.
Like, yo, your competition has it. You
Yeah,
guys got to
yeah.
get on that.
Yeah, they got everything else. It might as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's more work, but if you're a paying customer and want it, go for it.
Oh, they could do
And you
it.
do it.
Yeah, they could do it.
Yeah, man. I think fantasy makes the most sense if you're on Underdog. PrizePicks is not offering his fantasy as of yet, as of right now. So if you're playing on Underdog or PrizePicks, I wouldn't do the 26.5 points. I would do on Underdog the fantasy. It's at 41.5. So if I put him at let's put him at 40 minutes, man. I think he's gonna play a lot here, bro. It's at
Yeah.
puts him at 46 fantasy projection, right? So we know he can get stocks. We know the playmaking will be there, so that racks up fantasy and then the scoring as well. And I went back and looked in all the games last year without Luka. He's pretty much cleared that line. Where he's played like 39 to 40 minutes. So, okay. I just like to be conservative on my minute projections. Put him at 39, but yeah, 2.5 point spread. And especially if Jokic remains out, the spread should remain tight. It should be competitive. But now it's moved to 3.5, so maybe they're thinking Jokic is going to play. We'll see. And that's all I got for that game, man. And, I can't call the Nuggets because we don't know Jokic's status. He's been out for personal reasons. He hasn't been practicing, but he's technically questionable, so he could play. We'll see. All right. Last game on the docket. Kings at Clippers. We got the Kings. We got the band back together, right? We got DeRozan and Sabonis returning from their 2-game absence. DeRozan, I forget what he was dealing with. Sabonis has been dealing with, I think, back injury. I need to look into DeRozan what his injury was, but with all these guys back together in this matchup against the Clippers, I'm thinking under on DeRozan. I never can take unders on Fox. Man, he scares the hell out of me. Is when he takes over, especially in the games, it's just he'll put you night, and that under is cooked. But DeRozan, he's been out. You got to see what injury it was that was holding him back. And he has the toughest matchup. I've talked about this extensively. Derrick Jones Jr., one of the best wing defenders, like 7-foot wingspan. He can just cover ground. And then Chris Dunn on the perimeter too. Chris Dunn for help defense. Really solid defender. Coffey's not bad either. Clippers, man, they can hold guys down. They held Franz down. They shut him down, man. Franz very similar as DeRozan here. In terms of the style of ball handling and methods of scoring. So how did DeRozan do in the last meeting? And everyone's everyone's on the court together. How did you do, Mr. DeRozan? Dropped 13 points. Played 40 minutes. This game go to overtime? Must have. 13 points. PRA? 20. Oh my gosh, they're nerfing his PRA. Wow, guys. Oh, this is fuck. Oh my, okay. His PRA was 28.5. Every under I'm on, man, it's getting nerfed. Okay. Well, it's 27.5. It was 28.5. There wasn't even juice on the under, I think, last I checked. I mean, he's not. I mean, sometimes he has spike rebound and assists random, right? He had 1 rebound against the Clippers. But he had 6 assists. Because he wasn't shooting, he was passing it off. What about the PR under? He had 14 PR. Wow. But he's cleared that in like 75% of his games. But it's just a tough matchup for him, man. Coming off a rest too. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it, man. I don't know if I want the under points or under PRA or PR. I just hate these spike assist games that he has. These random ones, like it's just random. Jazz, a favorable matchup. They allow the most assists besides the Bulls. Clippers, looks like he was just passing it off and not shooting. Spurs favorable matchup. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, he's still he's consistent on the potentials. It's usually around 6 or 7. So I don't know. There's just high conversion on those games that he had the spike assists. I'm gonna lean PRA still, but it sucks that it bumped down. I hate playing bumps. And I'm good on the Clippers side, man. Like I said, I'm not messing with Zubac, except I'll take one for the team. I'll throw a unit on his under. I know he had a good game against the Kings, rebounding wise. What do you have? Like 15 rebounds, 5 assists. So he crushed it on the RA, but he didn't do anything scoring. But Norman Powell's out again, so the volume probably goes up here. But the Kings, they're number 1 against his position, number 3 in points allowed in the paint. Like, they're holding it down. Number 1 rim defense right now. Interesting. The Kings are. So I'll do it for the team. I'll take one for the team. I wouldn't tail me on this, man, because Powell's out. And we saw Zubac just eat up the shot volume last game with Powell out, and even against a tough opponent in the Magic. But yeah, 16.5 is high, bro. I'm just gonna do it. I'll throw a unit on it for fun and revenge tour. Call it the Propulation Revenge Tour, and we'll celebrate when he drops 24 on my head. All right. Anything else in this game? It's a solid matchup. So I'm pretty sure it went to. Looks like it went to overtime. Let's just double check. It didn't. So just DeRozan's just playing 40 minutes regulation that game. I mean, the Kings do run a tight rotation, so I don't know. I mean, does he play? I can't see him playing 40 minutes first game back after missing, almost 2 weeks? Over a week, at least, week and a half. But never know. Just depends on Mike Brown. All right. Anything else? Right now, everything we covered is pretty much. Well, a lot of stuff for the unders are already bumped, so I have to reconsider. Go back on those later in the Discord. But a lot of it's just stacking the Hawks Bulls game in a single game parlay. Clint, Jalen scoring upside here, Trey's assists, Kobe White's 3-point shooting, Io's playmaking and scoring, and then Kyrie, whether you want to take his points or fantasy if you're playing on Underdog. Clint, if you're playing in PrizePicks, take his first half points or fantasy. Jalen's not bad value for his fantasy on Underdog. It's one less than PrizePicks. Not bad. Yeah, that's what we got so far. We're gonna add more as news comes in, and we get more bench players and whatnot. Make a decision on Halliburton, whether we want to include him as the main target today.
Underdog doesn't have points, rebounds, and assists first half for Clint. Losers. Yeah, first quarter. What the heck?
Yeah, with Clint, like, if you're not taking like the all points in the books, like, you want his first half because that's a lot of his production and minutes are front loaded in the first half. So, although I would say lately, like I said, they're splitting minutes up pretty evenly between him and Congo, so he's starting to play a little bit more in the second half. I noticed.
Okay.
They probably want him for this matchup against Vooch too. So I think his minutes are pretty secure unless he gets in foul trouble. Someone asked about Embiid before we get out of here. Said Embiid under.
Embiid under with Halabozo under. That was big 2-2.
Sure. But we don't know if he's playing. Look out for that. I kind of predicted the sleeping giant after Maxey and his teammates got on him and kind of gave him tough love there. He responded back with a big game. 35 points. 14 free throws. You should expect massive amount of free throws in this matchup. That's the scary part for his under. Nets been top 3 all season on free throws allowed. And especially if Ben Simmons, like I said, is starting. Ben's going to hack the shit out of him. So, yeah. And
Ben's
you know Embiid's
super
going to
hack.
Yeah, you know Embiid's going to want to take it to Ben's head. They don't get along. They don't like each other. So,
Poor Ben.
that'll be interesting if Ben starts. We'll see. If he does, man, I would be scared. I would be very scared for Embiid's unders if Embiid actually plays. Any other questions?
Think we're good. Ren says newborn baby for the Joker.
Oh, is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
You got a baby?
Mm-hmm.
Does it come out looking goofy as him?
Yep, with snot running out its nose for sure.
And like 8 feet tall and 300 pounds?
Oh, yeah. Hands are already 12 inches.
All right, if you got nothing else, guys, catch you in the Discord. Like I said, me personally, I'm going to stay away from these first 2 games pretty much.
I like it.
It's going to give me more time to really sit
Focus.
down and
Focus on the good ones.
research these later games. Even the Warriors game, only thing I had for that was the Ingram under, so that even gives a longer buffer. So really, my real start time
Hawks
is going
Bulls.
to be at 8 Eastern.
Right.
Yeah, so there you go.
Cool. And hopefully next time we will be on the other YouTube channel. So if anyone's here who isn't subbed to the other one yet, it is in the Discord in the announcements. You can just go click there. And we will be there.
All right.
Alrighty then. I will see you in the Discord. Oh.
Wait.
He's going to say UFC. I could tell by his face.
Yes.
He's excited. Look at him. He can't even. He had to click his UFC tab up there. He said,
That's what I got.
I think we've swept UFC 3 weeks in a row. So, I mean.
This card's weird, bro. It's in China.
Yeah,
it's
well,
gonna start
hey,
at 3 a.m.
take all the Asian fighters.
There you go. I mean, there's
close.
non-Asians fighting each other though. So
Oh, yeah.
this is what I got for the 3 main pick. The 3 main picks I'm going with. these are women fighters, but I'm going with over 2.5 rounds. It's not choosing a money line, so I don't think it counts.
Yeesh.
Yeah, and I like
Goldberg?
Olberg. He's on a 6-fight win streak. He looks good, man.
Who's he fighting?
It's a
Oh.
Volkan,
Okay.
and he has a high chance of knocking him out. He's a pretty heavy favorite, minus 275.
Okay.
I had to throw in the women's 2.5 because of they get it to plus money and somewhat decent value, but I feel good about the 2.5.
If you take the 2.5 out, it's still what, minus 150? It's still not bad, probably.
Not bad. And then Zhang, man, Zhang is a beast, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he just knocks people out, and Ozzy is definitely chinnable.
Did you see the two girls fight before the Jake Paul fight? I forget her name
Yes.
now, but did you see how they kill each other?
Yeah.
That's what Zhang reminds me of. She just goes. Obviously, it's not boxing, but she's crazy like that.
What, Ricci?
Mm-mm. Zhang.
Oh, right. Wayne, she should win, but the odds on her are insane, and I learned my lesson from the last betting on women heavy favorite. Vane, she's like an up and rising star, and she looks massive in the weigh-ins. She's always looked so much bigger than her opponents. She should win, but I would keep these separate from your core plays because women fights, man, they have like the most upsets. The underdogs win more in women fights, I feel like, than men fights. So, yeah. And then Quingli, he's a slight underdog. Some books he's like plus 110. I like him fighting chance here.
Peter Yan?
It's too close to call, man. If I had to choose, I would go Yan. So I'm gonna leave it as a lean.
That's a good fight right there. That could go either way. That's interesting.
Yeah, the over 4.5 rounds, I don't mind either. It's minus 185 on DK. I don't know what it's on Fliff, but
what about to go the
these two-
distance? It might be even a little bit better value.
yeah, on Fliff probably. Yeah, because I don't even know if Fliff has over 4.5. It might just have to the distance, like 2.5, 3.5. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We can just double
Well,
check. But yeah,
I'm gonna definitely throw in those main picks.
yeah. I mean, you can leave out the women if you want, but I feel pretty good about it. I mean, it's
Or do
minus
both.
45.
Maybe do half on both or something.
I don't think they knock each other out. I think it like main thing is there's gonna be a lot of wrestling. So yeah, we can maybe throw these in to use Olberg or Zhang with some of the NBA today too, because the fights are gonna be tonight, so the payout will be soon after NBA's over. But it's gonna be 12 a.m. for us underrated. It's not bad. I thought it was 3 a.m. for us, but it's 3 a.m. for East Coast.
It starts at midnight and the whole thing's gonna end at like 6 in the morning. Oh,
You're gonna stay up
boy.
all night.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna have to stay.
Oh, I am.
What am I looking
definitely.
for? The Yan. The Yan.
I didn't even know that until I just looked at what you had written there. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
What's
it's about the same. It's minus 170. 4.5 is minus 180.
Hey, you should just get on Chris and the new YouTube channel and get on there live at 3 in the morning. Be like, hey, we're here watching the fights. Yay!
There you go.
3 a.m. Shit, that's crazy.
We're in
I like
China.
I like it though. It's gonna be fun.
It should be. Some of these are interesting fights, man. Like some of these fighters just like never seen before, dude. So it's like you gotta go back and watch some of the fights. But that's why I mean I know Alberg, I know Zhang, and obviously know Peter and Figgy. But yeah, there's a lot of like very new fighters on here, and they're just fighting because it's in China. But
That's wild. I did not know it was at midnight.
yeah, 3 a.m. Eastern for those who are interested. But yeah, that was the first one I entered. If you want to ride,
Oh, I'm with it.
yeah, see 3 a.m. 5 a.m. the Ricci fight. They project. All right.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. Yeah, shit. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna put mine in Bovada. Let's see what Bovada gives me. They're usually a little bit better with this. Olberg over 2.5 and Zhang. Oh, that's not the Zhang I thought it was.
Yo, Zhang is a big dude that he's massive. He's like Terminator, dude.
I don't know why I was thinking like the girl. Just because I see that name and just think right about how gangster she is, I guess. Unless she fights Rose. That one time. Did you see that fight with her and Rose? That was a good one. Rose took her down. Back when Rose was fast.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Look at your boy. He's mean. He's bad. Zhang.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm scared. Okay.
They call him the
Wow,
Mountain
Peter
Tiger.
Yan. Peter Yan's minus 340?
Isn't that crazy? That's
Yeah.
stupid odds. Couldn't
That's
take it, dude.
That's hell no. I thought it was going to be close to even.
I think the public just drove that lineup because they think Figgy. Majority of people think Figgy's washed.
Biggie's been decent last fights. That's weird.
Yeah.
So check
It's the only
this
thing I
out
think
though.
of.
When I do Olberg and Zhang, I get minus 126 by itself. That's awesome.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. I mean, Olberg's on a 6-win streak and Zhang's on a 10-win streak.
Oh, I
Coming in hot, rising dude. So
I'm
feel
in
good
on
about him.
that. I'm gonna go post that one, just for fun, to double up the. Hurry up and make people tail, hopefully.
Yeah. Because you know how women fights can be, and then also how betting on rounds can be too. So
Yeah, exactly. If I can get something between minus 150 and better, I'm okay with that. I'd rather be safe
I'll
and
just
try to get
I'll just take that and put it as a solid pick. And we'll just roll the two guys here. One local. One.
Oh, you're gonna do that? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna write main picks. And I'm gonna put tonight's card, even though it's tomorrow, but people will realize that it's tonight for us.
Yeah, I feel good about Fang, man. Like she just looks massive in those weigh-ins relative to Lee, but again, they scare me, dude. And she doesn't like have the home crowd advantage because they're both from China in her party.
I bet Nathan will tail us with his 365. I bet he gets good.
Oh
on.
yeah.
Cool.
All right.
I'm
You
in.
good?
Yes, sir.
Oh no. Wing is the home favorite here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fang that is not. They're both from China. Mingxi like so much shorter though, bro. Like
Yeah, she doesn't look like a fighter, really.
she looks like a teacher. I don't know. She's 5'2".
Her nickname's the Doctor. Maybe she's a doctor.
Yeah, she's 5'2", and our girl Fang is 5'7", 66-inch reach. That's a 5-inch difference, bro. And the reach difference, oh my gosh, this is 6 to 7 inch difference in reach. Yeah, I think she's a wrestler at her size, so
Look at her career
She's not-
disclosed earnings. 0. It's a lot.
wow.
Been fighting for free.
If she's not wrestling her, dude, to the ground, like she's gonna get mopped. Fang is no joke, man. She's like nickname. Nope, I don't need it. 8-win streak is all I'm about. Yeah, but watch her just get tackled or taken down and then just random like submission. And she's a heavy favorite too, so is it worth it? I think she's more worth it than Wang, because I mean Fang is minus 455, and what is Wang? Underrated loves wings. Minus 1100.
I like wings,
That's not.
not
What
Wang.
about Big Wang?
I don't say Wang. I say wing. Big Wangs? No. Come on, bro.
Pause.
There we go.
See, I need a little thing
Automatic.
so I can hit the button faster. Like, I got to grab my mouse, move it up to that pause button. It takes too long. The timing got to be right. Got to buy one of these little things so I can hit the button. Boop. Pause. Be perfect. I have to get one. Ooh, you know what? It's my birthday soon. Have my girl buy me one. Yep. That'll be fun. That is such a perfect. She's like, well, tell me what to get. I said, I don't know what to get. I have everything. But that I don't have. That's going to be perfect. Getting that tonight.
The soundboard, or you just touch it?
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but I seen them on good old
Yeah, I've
Amazon.
seen that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all these sound effects and everything will just be here on the side of me instead of the mouse having to move it around. It always messes up my timing. So I'll just be able to play with it even more. Your favorite
Oh, that's
sound
cool.
too. You're gonna be like, yes.
No. I'll just get up and leave.
All right, that'll be fun too, though. I'm still waiting for you to smash some stuff. That's why you need to live stream during some games sometimes. It'll be so funny.
What, to see someone rage?
Yes, people like that. They want to see rage.
Nah.
It humanizes you a little more. Instead of Elon's robot all the time.
I'm human.
Yeah, but when you break your computer and your phone on stream, I mean, how much more human can you get?
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
All right, well,
All
this
right.
is the last time on this channel, so say bye to it.
Bye-bye. Bye, channel.
Bye, channel. We hate you. We're back with the new one on Monday. Can't wait.
Yeah, and then see you in NBA World, and then see you in China tonight.
All right, sounds good, man. Have a good one. I'll see you in the Discord later, guys.
All right, guys.